I need a new budget. Am I spending too much? Let's get started and talk about it. Today I wanted to become vulnerable and share with you all about our spending and what we may be doing going forward in 2023. That's what I'm going to talk to you guys today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dawn, or better known as Money Mom. I've been on YouTube a little over 5 years. When I began on YouTube, we were finishing up paying off our mortgage, and we also had a car payment and a little bit of consumer debt, like 12 months no interest on something. So we were paying that off. And since then, we have been mortgage and consumer debt free. Right after we paid off our debt, we saved for 1 year of bills in our savings. We do also have some investments and things like that. So going forward, I have been thinking about this. I feel like lately I've been really floundering. And the reason why is I haven't had any financial goals in a long time. Now, it's great to be debt free, but we also want to make sure we don't have the lifestyle creep where we start accruing more expenses. The good thing with us is we are keeping our expenses low, under $2,500 for a month for a family of 3. That includes everything. And also, we are not accruing more debt. And I don't have the auto ships. If I want something, and let's say it is a service, I see if there's, and it's something I really want, I see if there's a way to pay for the whole year. So that is something that I am doing, and I wanted to share that. So what does this mean going forward? I kind of feel like I'm at a loss a little bit because I haven't had any recent goals. It took me a while to pay off the debt, and I was so excited. Then it took us a while to save for that 1 year bills. But since then, I haven't done anything. And that's what I'm going to chat with you guys about today. Number 2, regarding groceries. My grocery bill has been off the charts the last few months, to be totally frank with you. And it's not because of prices. I'm not going to use that excuse. It's because I'm buying what I want. Do we waste much food? No, I don't want to say we waste a lot of food, but I definitely can always improve on that. So I have to kind of figure out what am I going to do about our grocery budget going forward, because I have been overspending. It was interesting. I looked up and it said a family of 3 spends on the average of $720 a month on groceries. I felt like, boy, that seems a little high, but you know what? It probably depends on where you live. So I'm going to be reevaluating that. Number 3, I have to be honest, and this is going to sound really silly, but I don't budget at all for the holidays. I don't have any budget in mind. I just do what I feel I can do. This is the bottom line. I don't go in debt for anything, for holidays or any of that. I don't accrue any debt. So if I wanted to buy somebody a Christmas gift, and let's say it was maybe kind of pricey or something that I knew that they would want, maybe a new winter coat, I would pay cash for that and give that to them. In January and February, I won't be paying Christmas bills, but I don't set aside a budget for that. And I kind of think, well, maybe is that something that I should do? Which brings me to number 4. I feel like in this community, and hey, I'm placing this on myself. In the frugal community, there's all sorts of wonderful frugal channels out there. And you learn different things from each one. Each one offers something a little different. So a lot of variety, which is fabulous. But you kind of get the feeling, not from the folks that are running the channels, for the people watching it, that everyone has a different idea of what frugality is. For me, frugality is not cutting back everything that you like and doing everything for yourself. Frugality to me, this is for me, everyone's definition may be different, is living as close to a debt-free life as possible, keeping expenses below your means, having leftover money to save and invest. And also the other huge thing is not wasting. And I know I've been guilty of wasting certain things in the past, not just food, but maybe clothing you don't get around to wearing. I remember once that, I bought a bunch of whiteout and didn't end up using it and it dried out. That was a waste. So that's what frugality is to me. But sometimes before I've mentioned certain things, or, I went to get my hair done, and I'll get some comments, well, that's not frugal, you could do that yourself. Well, bottom line is, I don't want to do that myself. I enjoy the fruits of my labor. I want to have something to look forward to. Now, that being said, if for some reason things got tight, I know how to pull in the reins and I know how to make cuts. But I would rather make extra money to be able to go do things. So if I wanted to have somebody come clean my house once a month, but I thought, oops, it's not in the budget, I may pick up a couple extra demos or maybe a little scheduling job, something I enjoy doing, make a few extra wonderful YouTube videos and use that money to go towards that. So right now, I'm just there's a lot of expectations when it comes to frugality. I know I've mentioned this before. I'm not the most frugal person out there. I'm more about building wealth and preparing for the future rather than seeing how low I can get my budget. That doesn't mean, however, that that's not okay for someone else. I always say it's personal finance. Each person needs to reevaluate and do what's best for them. I'm always open to change though. So, not sure where to go from here. I do know a few things. Okay, I may have saved this, but I printed out a financial tracker because we've been using a lot of money for some expenses. We did have to purchase a new to us car. I am trying to replace a little bit of our savings. So I have a savings tracker and I'm going to be saving about $5,500. So I'll give you guys an update on this. That'll kind of get us a little back on track. So I do have a financial goal going forward. Going forward with cash envelope and groceries, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to be kind of tracking my spending and figuring out what do I need, what do I want, and figure out something. I may be changing up the cash envelope system about how much money we need. The good news is I'm not using my credit card at all anymore at the grocery store. And generally, I usually have cash left over. I take out about $650 for the month. That includes all food, going out to eat, entertainment, household, beauty, pet food. It includes everything. And generally, I have money left over. So I'm going to kind of reevaluate and see if that's enough, because the one area that I am going over the last 2 months is groceries. So I'm going to reevaluate that. Also, I'm more into building wealth, which kind of brings me to retirement. I have spoken to my family about this. I'm looking forward to maybe semi-retiring in 10 years, a decade from now. Not sure, I know things can change, but from what we can tell, we will definitely have enough money to be able to live comfortably and do that in about 10 years. So that's kind of what I'm wanting to do, but I still want to do part-time work. So I'm more about building wealth and making more money and just seeing if we're getting the best value for what we have. The huge thing I'm going to be working on is making sure that I don't waste. And that's in terms of clothing, food, anything I buy, that we get the best value when we use everything that we have. Which brings me to the last thing. I was talking to a dear friend of mine, Jan from New York City Saves Money. We were talking about budgeting, and she said that she doesn't have what she calls a hardcore budget for things such as holidays, groceries. She says she has a budget in mind, and she uses it as a guide. If she goes a little over or a little under, it's okay, but she uses it as a guide. And so it's very balanced. So that's kind of what she does. So everybody's a little bit different. So you may be seeing a new budget for 2023. There may be some areas I'm increasing, some areas I'm cutting. But as I find that out, I will be sharing that with you. I appreciate you guys listening to this video. All I know is this. I kind of need some financial goals and fun things to work towards so that I keep us on track to living a abundant and frugal to us life. Because remember, it's personal finance. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.